Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon from the UK, Kent. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Start Being Visible with me, Mildred Talabi. This is your, not mine, but your regular LinkedIn show where I come to talk to you and talk with you about everything to do with being visible on this platform called LinkedIn. Now, I am Mildred Talabi and I am a LinkedIn visibility coach for women in business, for female leaders, and also women who want to establish their thought leadership, their expertise on LinkedIn. If you want to build your personal brand on LinkedIn and you want to do so by being visible, come and talk to me, because that's what I specialize in. Whether that's for the purpose of just building your influence and your authority for your career, or whether you want to do that for your business, come and talk to me. I love doing that kind of work with women. So this show is all about how you can start being visible on LinkedIn. It's on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock GMT. That's UK time. We're currently in Greenwich Mean Time. Every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you can join me right here where I'm going to share with you strategies, resources, teachings, mindset stuff, whatever else is on my mind this week about being visible on LinkedIn. And today we are rounding off a series that we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. It wasn't meant to be a series. It was meant to be a one-off session. But because sometimes I get into it and I really get into it, it's ended up being a 3-part series. So today we are going to conclude the 3-part series on how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So today is part 3 in the series. If you are tuning in from wherever you are in the world, I want you to say hello. I want you to drop a message in the comments. Even if you're watching a replay, put #replay. Just drop a hello in the comments. Let me know where you are. Let me know what part of the world you're tuning in. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your day is going. Whatever you want to let me know, do it in the comments, because I'd love to see who's here with me. Good morning, Kerry from Canada. Hey, Kerry. You get the gold sticker today as the first to show up. I love it. Good to see you here. Good to see you. I am excited to talk to you about today's topic on how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. If you missed the last 2, because right now we are streaming on LinkedIn, of course, because this show is all about LinkedIn, streaming on LinkedIn, streaming on Facebook, and also streaming on my YouTube channel. So if you missed part 1 and 2, you can find it on LinkedIn or Facebook, but the easiest way is to go to my YouTube channel and find it. LinkedIn, I'm not telling people not to log on to LinkedIn. I'm just saying that it's easier to find old videos on YouTube than it is on LinkedIn. So go to my YouTube channel, just type in Mildred Talabi. There's only one Mildred Talabi, and it will come up. So you can find the other videos there in the series. I have a LinkedIn user from Ohio, USA. Hello to you. I don't know who you are because it's not showing up with your name. By the way, it wasn't showing your name either, Kerry, but you put your name in the comments, which is how I knew it was you. So thank you for doing that. So LinkedIn user from Ohio, let me know who you are and what your name is, because I'd love to greet you properly. So in this series on how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, we started this 2 weeks ago, as I said, and part 1, we talked about, first of all, why even build a personal brand? Why is it important to build a personal brand? This week, I heard something. I read something on LinkedIn that was super fascinating, very, very fascinating to me anyway, right? So who is familiar with Tesla? Elon Musk, Tesla. If you know Elon Musk, if you heard of Tesla, this company, drop a yes in the comments. Say Elon Tesla in the comments. Hi Sonia, hi Val, good to see you, Val Easley. If you know Tesla, Elon Musk, let me know in the comments, because I read something this week about Tesla that I was like, oh my God, how amazing. So Tesla is a billion-dollar company. They make cars and they do also electric cars, solar, clean energy, all of that kind of stuff. That's what they specialize in doing. Billion-dollar company. Yes, I see. Hi, Katie. Good to see you. Yes. So yeah, they're a billion-dollar company. And I read this week that Tesla, billion-dollar company, they spend 0 budget on advertising and marketing. Oh my God, can you imagine? Billion-dollar company, 0 advertising and marketing budget. And the person who posted it was like, why do you think that is? It was a poll. You know, people are getting all excited about polls, like, let's get rid of them from LinkedIn. I like a poll when it's a good poll and it's not one of these seeking attention polls, you know, but it's a genuine good poll. Why do you think that is? So I chimed in and loads of people chimed in. But one of the key reasons that Tesla as such a strong brand, generates so much money, but spends no money on advertising and market, very little money on advertising and marketing, is because Tesla is led by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a super strong personal brand. This guy's brand is so strong. He just has to say a word and the stock market comes crashing or going up. That's how strong his personal brand is. This is the power of having a strong personal brand. When you create for yourself a strong personal brand here on LinkedIn, your business pretty much sells itself. I promise you this is true. And I can speak from experience, you know, because when that happens, people don't just want to work with anybody. When they're looking, people who buy Tesla cars, they're not looking for just any cars. They're not looking for any car will do. Let me just pick up a car. Oh, by the way, I found a Tesla. I'm going to get a Tesla, you know, because one, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. You're not just going to buy a Tesla car, you know. People who buy that car because they want that car. That's why they buy that car, because they want that car. They want that piece of Elon Musk, you know. And this is what happens when you build a strong personal brand. People don't just want to buy anything. They're buying into you. And when people buy into you, it's so easy for them to buy from you. So I can totally understand why Tesla, billion-dollar company, does not need to spend on advertising and marketing, because the people who buy into their stuff have bought into the story of the founder. They bought into Elon Musk. They bought into the organization. So the sales is easy. And that can happen for you. I promise you that you can build a business that is visible and profitable on LinkedIn, you know, and that is what I help my clients do. In fact, before we get into part 3 of today, this is a good segue to let you know, or maybe remind you if you already know, that I am running a free LinkedIn masterclass tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. It is here. Tomorrow, the 1st of December, I'm running a free LinkedIn masterclass called Visible and Profitable. It starts at 11 a.m. GMT, but in this masterclass, I'm going to teach you everything that I've learned and everything that I teach my clients and walk them through about how to build a business on LinkedIn that is both visible, people can see you, people can buy into you, you're building that personal brand, and it's profitable. So some people are just visible, they go viral, they put posts out and they go viral, they get hundreds of, like, thousands, millions, maybe even, but they generate zero business from it, you know. And some people do business on LinkedIn, they do get good business on LinkedIn, but they are not visible, they don't have a personal brand, you know, and that's their choice to do it that way. You can marry both, and I believe that of course I'm biased because I'm into this stuff. I drink my own Kool-Aid, right? You know, I believe that the best business model is when you have a visible business and it's profitable. The visibility part helps you to reach more people and also helps you to make more of an impact. But if you come along to my session tomorrow, it's a free masterclass, absolutely free. And it's not one of these quick and done ones, you know, it's not one of these extended sales pitch type sessions. This is a proper actual session. 4 hours. It's no joke. It's 4 hours. So if you haven't already got your ticket, go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass and register for your free ticket for the masterclass. If you have a free ticket and you want to upgrade to VIP so you can get to ask me questions about your own business specifically, then you absolutely can do that. Just go to that same link, startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. So it is happening tomorrow, Wednesday, the 1st of December, 11 a.m. GMT. I have no idea what that is in other time zones earlier. You know, so work it out in your own time zones and bookmark it and come and join me tomorrow. You know, so this is why it's so important. It is super, super, super important to build a personal brand, because when you have a strong personal brand, it really reduces the need for you to just sell like crazy. You know, like you see some people selling like crazy. It reduces the need to do that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How to build a personal brand, part 3. Let's conclude this series today. You know, so hi Michelle. Hi Michelle from Virginia. Good to see you. Hi Saliha. Good to see you. Oluwaseun, I hope I'm saying your name right. How do I get a link to the free masterclass? Just go to, I'll put it back up on here, startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. Literally type that in. If you look at my post for this live session, you will see that I've also got the link early. I can't type it in the comments now. It doesn't let me do that while I'm broadcasting. So go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. That will give you your free ticket to attend my LinkedIn masterclass tomorrow, Wednesday, 1st of December. If you're watching this after Wednesday, 1st of December, tomorrow is not Thursday. You would have missed it, right? Only if you're watching this on Tuesday, that is tomorrow. So pay attention to the date, not the tomorrow part. Okay, so how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So in part 1 episode, and by the way, see, this is why this ended up being a 3-part series, because I have so many by the ways, but okay. I was gonna say this is the last by the way, it probably isn't. Let me drink. Okay, so how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So part 1, I'll recap part 1 in just a second, but the by the way that I was going to say is that personal brand isn't about, and this is where people tend to start with a personal brand. What colors should I have? What logos should I use? What should my website look like? What font should I use on my website? All of that stuff. Yes, it is part of branding, but that's not where it starts with your personal brand, because you can have the nicest logos in the world and the best font and have a shiny website and still nobody likes you, and still nobody knows you, and still nobody buys into what you do. So that is not where it starts. So which is why in part 1, where one of the things I spoke about, thank you whoever typed that link in the session for the masterclass. It says LinkedIn user. So I don't know if it's you, Kerry, or if it's who's the other person, or if it's you, Val, whoever it is. Thank you. But yes, in part 1, what we talked about how to build a personal brand is, number 1 is you need to get comfortable with sharing your opinions. Share your opinions. You have them. You might as well share them. I'm not going to recap all of it. Go and watch part 1. As I said, it's easier to do on my YouTube channel than it is on LinkedIn. Tap Mildred Talabi on YouTube. Second, in part 2 that we spoke about last week, how to build a personal brand, we talked about that being known for something. So if you want to build a personal brand, you want to be known for something. So, and I asked you last week, what do you want to be known for? What is the message? For me, it's start being visible. That is my mantra. That is the thing I go on about all the time. Start being visible. I want you to start being visible. I want you to stop hiding and start being visible. I'm not your average LinkedIn trainer. I'm not here to tell you about LinkedIn algorithms and all of that. Yes, they have a role to play, but really, if you do not overcome the barriers that keep you from actually showing up on LinkedIn, none of the algorithm is going to help you. It's not going to help you to know how the algorithm works if you can't get over the mindset blocks and all the things that keep you from showing up on LinkedIn. And that is where I really love working with my women on, to help them overcome the barriers that keep them from being visible on LinkedIn. That's my message. That's my mantra. What is your message? What is your mantra? Because that's what your personal brand will be rooted on. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. What do they say about you once you've left the room? What do they say? How do people describe you? So this is what the personal brand is all about. So you need to have a message, be known for something. What are you known for? Feel free to share it in the comments if you have clarity about what you're known for. If you're still working on it, that's okay. Share what you have so far. That's okay, because sometimes it develops over time. Sometimes we get it straight away. Sometimes it develops over time. So whatever stage you are at that process is absolutely fine. So today, how to build a personal brand, part 3. Number, I don't know what point it is. I don't know what number 1, number 2, whatever it is, right? So share your opinion, be known for something. And today I want to talk to you about a key part of sharing your personal brand is this. Today I want to talk about being yourself. Being yourself. Now, the key word in a personal brand is the word personal. Personal. Repeat after me. Personal. It is called a personal brand for a reason, because outside of you as a person, you don't have a personal brand. Your personal brand is rooted around you. So being yourself is so crucial to building a strong personal brand. Now, some people might log on to this. I don't know who they are. They'll be crazy, right? But they might log on to this and watch me for like 2 minutes and be like, I don't like this woman. I don't like her. She talks too much and too fast. In fact, I used to go to Toastmasters. Anyone know Toastmasters? You familiar with Toastmasters? Let me know in the comments. I used to go to Toastmasters. I was a part of it for about 3 years. It's a great organization to improve your public speaking and leadership skills. Every time, the feedback I used to get all the time from my speeches, Mildred, you're great, but you talk too fast. You talk too fast. You need to slow down. I was like, I tried to slow down, and it's like, actually, this is part of Mildred. This is part of my brand. This is how I talk. Slowing down, a slower Mildred, it just doesn't work for me. But some people are going to love me for it, and some people are going to hate me for it. And that's okay. People, the personal part of it is when you really start to show up as yourself, you will divide people. You know, some people, it's like Marmite. Some people love it, some people don't love it. You know, there's a few people who are kind of in between about it. You don't want the in between people. You want the hot people or the cold people. You don't want lukewarm. You know, that's what you don't want. Michelle says, I'm familiar with Toastmasters. Awesome, right? I like Toastmasters. You know, really good organization. If you want to improve your public speaking and leadership, go check them out. You know, but yeah, but some people are going to love you when you start showing up as yourself, and some people are not. But it's really important that you show up as yourself, because what ends up happening as you show up as yourself, as part of your personal brand, you will slowly start to build a community around who you are and what you do. You know, I have a community of women, awesome, amazing women from all walks of life, which we call that we have in our community, we are called the Visible Women Tribe. You know, so the community started to form around what I do before I actually made it official earlier this year. And it's a membership community called Visible Women Tribe. You can join us if you want to. Go to visiblewomentribe.com for more info. But really, the point is that this community started forming around the work that I do and the message that I have about start being visible. So the women started to come, and now we have this tribe, and now more people join us every day and come into our world. You know, you start to build a community, and you really start to make a difference when you show up as yourself. Now imagine if I tried to show up as a different version of me, you know, a more acceptable version of me, you know, tone down the energy levels and all of that kind of stuff. I won't have the same audience, you know, because what ends up happening when there's a mismatch between who you are and who you present yourself to be, the one of them is gonna give way over time. Is either you get exposed as a fraud, or you're gonna burn out from trying to keep up appearances, so to speak, from trying to keep up with being somebody that you're not. That is one of the most tiring things in the world. Now, I will tell you, as an introvert, before I really got comfortable with being an introvert, not just comfortable, I love it, I own it. And Susan Cain is one of the people I have to thank for that. If you don't know who she is, check out the book Quiet. You know, check out her TED Talk on Quiet, you know, but the power of introverts in the world that can't stop talking literally changed my life, you know, because it helped to put in a positive frame what growing up was always a negative thing, having a more reserved personality, you know. So if you're not, I absolutely, I absolutely just lost my train of thought. But I don't even know why I brought that up. But just to say that if you're not, that's why I brought it up, the whole introvert extrovert thing. Because at one point, especially in the Western world, right, we are so conditioned to a certain personality type, and again, Susan Cain talks about this in the book. In the Western world, extrovert personality type is kind of exalted, like the best leaders are extroverts, and you need to walk into a room and boom, 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 and all of that kind of stuff, and just get up on stage and get comfortable. All of that stuff that I was like, there were times in my life I put on an extrovert personality, and I'm telling you, it was draining. It was draining. I couldn't sustain it because it wasn't who I was. But when I eventually stepped into who I was in all its glory, I love doing what I'm doing now. I love lives. I love going live with you. I love doing presentations. I love talking to people. I love people. You know, people get mistaken that introverts just want to sit in a corner of the room and hide themselves and watch TV alone all day. That is false. It's not the truth. You know, the difference is how we recharge. You know, when I'm done with all of this public stuff, I like to recharge on my own. But knowing yourself is really important to building an authentic personal brand. Knowing yourself, knowing what your strengths are, knowing what your weaknesses are, knowing what you like and what you don't like. The personal part of a personal brand is really you getting in touch with you. You know, and once you're in touch with you, then you can share that version of yourself with people outside. But if you're not that clear, and if you're trying to be somebody that you're not, it just doesn't work. It's not sustainable. You will burn out, or you will get discovered as a fraud. Either way, it's not a nice outcome. So it's well worth doing the work, you know, to really discover who you are, what you're about, what your values are, what you like, what you don't like, how you come across, you know, even the style of your post, you know, the kind of content that you put out on LinkedIn. Now, I do lives and I do videos, you know, maybe weekly, every now and again, but I write. Most of my content is written content because I'm a natural writer. I love writing. I've been writing since I was a kid. My background is journalism, you know, so I write. That fits with my brand, that I write. And sometimes I write long stuff, you know, I write long articles because I like writing. But I've had clients who say to me, oh God, I can't do all this writing stuff on LinkedIn. I'm not a good writer. You know, I prefer videos or whatever. I'm like, okay, let's make videos then, you know, let's make videos. You know, so the really tapping into your personal brand is really about tapping into you as a person. You know, when you're clear and confident on who you are as a person, then you can put that out there. Then you can really be authentic. You know, it's an overused word, but it's the right word for this. Then you can really be in alignment with the person that you put out there and the person that you are. And when that happens and people can see that you are authentic, that you are yourself, your people will start coming to you. You know, that's how you build a personal brand around your person, you know, around who you are, and your people will start coming to you. I promise you. I promise you it works. I promise you this is the truth. I promise you that if you try this and it doesn't work, I will give you your money back. I don't know what money that is, but I will give it back to you. You know, that's how confident I am that this is going to work for you. But really, take your time to do the work to discover who your person is. You know, and sometimes showing up on LinkedIn and how you show up on your post and all of that, it may take you a little while to get your groove. You know, so I have some clients, and when I first start working with my client, the first stage I get them is just to get comfortable with being visible. That means showing up with content. That means posting things. You know, that means engaging with other people, sharing your opinions. Remember, we talked about opinions being crucial to building a personal brand. Sharing your opinions. So just get comfortable doing all of those things, and then as you continue in the journey, then you're going to find your rhythm, you're going to find your flow, you're going to find your voice, and you're going to create a beautiful personal brand that your people will absolutely love. You know, and I know I keep saying your people, and the reason I say your people, one of my early business coaches gave me this advice, and I loved it, and it stuck with me the way she said it. Because when I was kind of starting out, I was trying to target everybody. You know, I was like, okay, I know, because what I do can help everybody. It can help, you know, LinkedIn, because I used to do careers work in LinkedIn for people who are looking for jobs. And then I switched to business. I'm like, but I can still serve that market. I can still serve the business market. I can still work with men. I can work with men. I can work. She's like, listen, you know, a lot of the time entrepreneurs do this. You start a business and you want to reach everybody. She says, while it is possible for you to reach, you know, to serve everybody with your business, it is impossible for you to market to everybody. You know, so you have to get into the habit of alienating in order to resonate. You have to alienate to resonate, which means you have to alienate some people so that you can specifically resonate with your people. I was like, okay, that makes sense. This is what the whole nation thing is all about. Really determining and focus on who is it that I want to serve, and then how do I want to show up to them, and then just concentrating on resonating with those people, even at the expense of alienating other people. Because guess what? Just you showing up as yourself is going to alienate certain people. Certain people are not going to like you. And sometimes it's because of what you do. Sometimes it's because of what you haven't done. Sometimes because you remind them of a family member they don't like or an ex-colleague that they don't like, So that is not up to you to control. What is for you to control is for you to really get comfortable with who you are and build your personal brand around that. Now, if that has made any sense at all, I want you to let me know in the comments. I want you to let me know where you are with this. Does that make sense? How do you feel about building a personal brand? Drop it in the comments. And what questions do you have around this? Because one question I do get around this though is because of the word personal, it's personal, and I get this question often. It's like, how personal should I go on LinkedIn? How personal can I go on LinkedIn? Do I need to be personal, share every area of my life in order to build a personal brand, And you might have that question. You might be thinking that same thing. You might be thinking, okay, Mildred's telling me to tell everyone everything, to air my dirty laundry, to share my business, to tell them what I had for lunch last week, to share baby pictures like I would on Facebook and cat videos and all of that kind of stuff, That is not what I'm telling you. I am not telling you to do that. But in terms of where the line is of how personal can you get with your personal brand, I would say it's up to you. It's up to you to decide that. It's up to you to know on the inside, what are you comfortable with? There's some things that we are uncomfortable with just because it pushes us out of our comfort zone. Like I was super uncomfortable with video initially. Like when I first really got started properly on LinkedIn about almost 2 years ago, I was like, I don't do videos. I'm a writer. I don't do videos, forget that. I was uncomfortable with video, but I needed to be pushed out of my comfort zone. I eventually pushed myself out of the comfort zone. I started doing videos, and then LinkedIn gave me a live license like well over a year and a half ago. And I started doing lives and I love it. But had I stayed in my comfort zone, I would never have gotten to this place. So there's two types of uncomfortability. There's the uncomfortability that comes from when you're about to push out of your comfort zone, and that is a good uncomfortability. Get uncomfortable, feel that discomfort, and go through it anyway. And then there's the uncomfortability of when you're oversharing according to your values and your boundaries. So I'll round up on this, and then I'll let you go. But so like my husband and I, we're different personalities. We're both on LinkedIn, I'm not gonna name him. Some of you might know him, but he likes to share. And I'm open to the personal brand stuff, but I rarely share stuff about my family, about our kids, and about all of that kind of stuff, because my own boundaries is like, okay, that's private. That's me. Sometimes if I do share it, it's because it's got a relevant point that's beyond just, hey, look at my kiddies and look what we got up to this weekend, So I'm kind of like on the Michael Jackson flex of, you don't know what his kids look like. Them celebrities kind of hide their faces, don't know what, that's the flex I'm on. My husband is not on the same flex. He was not. And for a long time, we kind of like, let's just say we debated about this. Let's just put it that way. We debated about how much exposure we should give our kids on social media and online. And we've agreed to just disagree and each be led by what they're both comfortable with. So he's more comfortable given more exposure to our family life online than I am. So he does it, and I don't do it as much. But we have another family member who literally, their baby is like a star of Instagram. Their baby's like, their kid is like, we see everything about everything. And my husband's uncomfortable with that, but they are comfortable with it. So there is no line as to where the comfortability is, as what is too much. What is too much is what's too much for you. And I'm not going to dictate that line for you. I want you sort that out yourself. But just know that when you're building a personal brand, it does require you to be a bit personal, because a personal brand is people you're building a know me, like me, trust me factor, so for people to know you, they need to know you beyond just your work. They need to know you beyond just what you do on your 9 to 5 and your business. They need to know who you are as a person. So it does require you to share some personal elements, but how personal you go, that is up to you. So I'm gonna leave you with that, and I'm gonna pretend that we've concluded this part, that I didn't have another point that I wanted to talk about, but we have no time for that. But what I do want to remind you before I sign up is that you can come along tomorrow to my free LinkedIn Masterclass. You can come along tomorrow to my free LinkedIn Masterclass. Yes, Lindani, did I pronounce your name? I like your name. It's Lindani. Lindani says I'm still getting used to being out there. Yes, it does take some getting used to. Absolutely, but keep doing it. Don't retreat, because the more you do it, the more you will come out of your comfort zone, and eventually you're going to be so glad that you did. The best time to, what is it that they say? The best time to plant a tree is like yesterday. You know, the next best time is now. So start today. Start being visible today. You know, Sonia, alienate to resonate. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I know. I know you know who hubby is, Sonia. I know. We will leave it at that, right? But yes, I am doing a free LinkedIn masterclass tomorrow, Wednesday, the 1st of December, 11 o'clock GMT. If you haven't already registered for your free ticket, go ahead to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass and sign up there. You are very, very welcome. This is like a 4-hour session. It's 3 hours of amazing, awesome content that's gonna blow your mind. You see, I'm not very humble, am I? But no, seriously, it's 3 hours. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be transformational, and then we're gonna have an hour of power packed Q&A for the VIPs, and do some hot seat coaching around your LinkedIn profile and answer your business questions. So if you want to sign up to the free ticket, you can do that. If you want to upgrade for the VIP, even better for you. Go ahead and do that now. But either way, I would love to see you tomorrow at the masterclass. And then I will be back here next Tuesday for another episode of Start Being Visible. So thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I don't know what we're talking about next week, but it will be good. I'm sure it'll be good. So come and join me next Tuesday, 1 o'clock GMT for Start Being Visible. The show, if you're coming to the masterclass, that's tomorrow, Wednesday, the 1st of December. And you can get that ticket at startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. So that's it. That's it for today's session. Have a great, great, great afternoon. And whatever you do, I enjoy it. And I will see you tomorrow, or at least next Tuesday. All right. Take care now. Bye-bye.